The train now arriving at platform 5 into 2205, diverting East Coast Mainline service, London, King's Cross.
Hello and welcome to Ballan Parkway OO gauge British layout, phase 4 of the layout and extension, part 8. Enjoy and thanks for watching this video. Okay, I'll just start off with these electricity poles from Wooden Scenics. Brilliant. So this goes to ground here, this pole, there's 3 of them. There's 4 in the packet, but I only used 3. And this goes through to the pub, which is a line on the lamp. And it hooks up, excuse a tree, on a little thing I've cut off here with the insulators. And that's wired up to the electricity pole, which is very common around England and the UK, Scotland and Wales, Ireland, and that goes to ground there. Great model, even weathered. So it just adds a little bit more of the dimension to the scene here. And I really like that. It works well to the pub here. So it's got electricity across the river and then to ground. Okay, I've been struggling recently to find a decent colour light signal with a slight right hand arm. This is from Burco, and the market used to be saturated with colour light signals, but there's not many around now. We've got CR signals, but not many in OO now, and absolute aspect, which are top notch, but very expensive. So I bought this. It's relatively cheap for a signal, but it needed a little bit of extra detail and work doing on it. So what I've done here, I've added this safety rail here. Zoom in there, just to cover that area which wasn't on there. So all you had is this safety rail here with the ladder going to the top of the gantry. So I've added a plate on here. I sprayed it a grey colour, a base grey colour, before I did all the additional work on there, and I'm quite pleased with that. So approaching the depot, on the way out you can see the signal protruding to the right hand side on a little arm, and just needed a bit of modifications on there, and I like it. Yeah, it's come out really well. Got this little box here with a box of tricks of electrics in there, electronics, which was from my dad's layout. Added the plate here for its registration, whatever you call that. The number of the signal there, and that is a stop or proceed to the main line where the station is, on the branch line there into the depot. So yeah, I really like that. 3 aspects. It's on a switch, 3-way switch on the control board, so it's manually operated, and that's from Burco with modifications. Here's a switch for the signal coming out of the depot. So basically it's an Econ switch here that I had for a while, and it's actually wired up. I've got a spare one next to it. So you got obviously red, amber and green, and operates the signal coming out of the depot there, which I've just shown you. Okay, by the signal here you can see I've added some safety railings which are sprayed with an earth colour paint, weathered it. This is from West Hill Wagon Works, so I bought quite a bit of this. So where the depot is, it just seals that off by the mess room here, little rest room, just goes around the back there, and it finishes off around the back where the fire exit is. It's a nice little touch, that stops people straying onto the railways. And on the other hand, the other side, done the same thing. So you've got this bit of incline here, and then you've got the fencing down here, just to stop people getting out of the cab, falling on the track, because it is raised. Again, not very expensive, weathered, just adds that little bit of effect. Enjoyed doing that one. Coming down from the depot on the run into the marshalling yard and stabling point is this barrow crossing. Just here, I've not painted it, it's from Tory Laser, so I've just adapted that, cut it down. There's going to be a walkway behind this building and back out again. Tory Laser, really good product. They're weathered as well. Just stick them on as they are. You can weather them more, but I think they're fine as they are, to be honest. Okay, in Ballan Parkway station here, the building at the terminus end, the waiting room, the cafe, I've installed a speaker which is linked to a microchip decoder, and that's got various sound effects for the station, and I'm very impressed with this. Let me just show you inside first. So this is a speaker here. It's from Gauge Master, so you can either put that inside a building or underneath the board of the layout. There's variations of these you can buy. I'm going to get another one because I'm so impressed with this. And I've just turned the volume up a little bit on this. You can adjust the volume, and you've got various loops of different sound effects. You can take them out if you want to, or keep them in. So let's go through that. So just for listening purposes, so you've got footsteps there, announcements, all these noises now, these effects, are all from the sound module and the speaker housed in the station building here. The thing's absolutely terrific. Gives it more of an atmosphere on the station. There you go, footsteps. And this will repeat in a loop for a while, but you can take bits out apparently. There's an electric train on here, which I've got the electrification, but I may take that out. Brilliant! Absolutely love it. That's from Gauge Master. Okay, I've got a couple of wonderful buildings here. Very sort of industrial brick. You've also got a canopy here as well. So there's two buildings, two sets here from Bachmann Scenecraft, and these are excellent. So what I'm going to use for this, because I didn't know what to do with this space here, because obviously the track veers away a little bit. So this is going to be a kind of scrap dealer merchant. So I'll put a base down here, sort of tarmacked. What we're going to do here in this small space here, have some scrap cars and washing machines, things like that, scrap goods, and there's going to be a sort of drive-through area through here, and I'm going to fence off round the back round here. From here onwards I might have to move the building a little bit forward, so that is going to be a walkway for the railway personnel to walk across. So I'm going to put some fencing up here, segregate it, and some fencing around here somewhere. So I've weathered this area already, a bit more weathering, sort of some granite down, sort of granite tarmac, a little bit thicker chips, oil stains a lot on there, So that's another project, and I do like this building. I put a few little cars parked there for staff. But this is a cracking building. Absolutely superb. I didn't know how to do this area, but this has worked out really well. Let's get this straight. Around the back you've got a blank sort of wall which runs alongside the railway, which you'd see is prototypical there really. But I really like this building. So this is separate, so you don't have to have this, but it goes at the back. And then you've got another building at the back here, which I've really found hard to get. There's not many of these around now, very hard to find. They'll probably do a rerun soon, but this is another building that's added on. You can get another building, I don't know whether that will fit or suit here. A smaller office building, I may get that or not. But yeah, a nice little old industrial unit from Bachmann, or Bachmann Scenicraft, which is now going to be a scrap yard type thing, merchants, repairs, things like that, which is good up there. I'm going to leave that on there. Could change that, the sign. So the smaller building and the canopy is Bachmann Scenicraft Industrial Store and Canopy 440088 is the stock code. This was hard to get, as I mentioned just now. Not many of these around now. So I'm glad I got my hands on that. This is the other building I may get at the bottom here. I'm not sure if it'll work. There's a demo, we can just move things around. We shall see. The larger building here is the Industrial Gatehouse, Bachmann Scenicraft. Excellent building, weathered as well. These are really good, I'm really impressed with these. Again, not cheap, they are expensive. You could do a laser cut model, have to paint yourself, but obviously that's going to be cheaper. But I just really fancied this, so I saved up for it. And this model is 440086, Bachmann Scenicraft Industrial Gatehouse. And they're the two together. So a bit more work to be done on the scenery around the side, fencing, etc. That's another project which I'll continue with and let you know the progress. Okay, the control signal box room here, or the signal box. A little bit of a spare area here, and found some brick walling which has been sort of demolished at some stage or just weathered away. And I just stuck that down there. I found it in a box, and I glued this in the winter, and at the bottom it's all gone a funny like white colour, but if you see brickwork, the salt and the bricks come out, so I've left that in there and it's quite a good effect there. And there's the other side, similar sort again. I've weathered it like it's been burnt or something like that and destroyed in a fire, some sort of building years ago. And little bits of detail like that really works. I had it spare for a while. I thought I'd just use that there. So it was probably a railway building that burnt down or just demolished and part of it left basically. And then you've got the weeds growing outside, just abandoned. Just a bit of detail in there, which I love doing. Just show these weeds I've acquired. These are brilliant. These are from War Painters Scenic, so a wargaming company, but they are excellent. You can stick them down with glue or the self-adhesive. I'd use a bit of glue, but I've planted these around and they're very effective in various places. Look, I'm going to get some more of these. These are so good. So individual or in groups together like that, like down here. And you've got various elements of the weeds here, where it's built up around the wall and around the back. You can use them anywhere basically. There are different colours as well, but this is a more varied colour. But anything like that on a railway or diorama looks fantastic. For that's So that's from War Painter Scenics, and it's wild vegetation weeds. So the weeds come in a packet like this, and you just pull them off. They are self-adhesive, but I recommend a bit more glue to glue them down, PVA glue. And you just pull them off and plant them where you like. Great stuff. Okay, let's go to the church at the rear of the layout, right at the end. And a few months ago, last year actually, could have been months ago thinking about it, but this couple getting married, and he's got the bride in his arms, just come out of the church, just got married. I thought it's a nice little feature there. Top hat and tails, getting married, husband and wife, lovely little scene coming out of the church there. So all I need is there is a DCC sound chip with the bells. Okay, just a little addition here. Had these laying around for a while. 2 stop signs for the cement works entrance exit to the main line. So there's one for the hopper loading area just here, and one for the line going up through the back end there. So these, you have to stop at these before you get clearance to move on. This isn't mine, but it's a Hornby LMS wagon converted to BR, British Rail, and come out of the box, looks a bit plasticky. So this is a friend of mine, I don't own this. This has been weathered. I've added a tail light on the back, it doesn't work, it's just a dummy one, but it really did need weathering. I had a go at it myself using washers and a wash, and I spray painted the bottom bit with a bit of earth dirt and a little bit of roof dirt on there. I don't know if you can see that. So that's just on loan at the moment, going back to its owner, but I really enjoyed weathering that. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch up with you shortly. Take care, thank you very much.